Thank you, everybody. I'm Mike Marumoto, Director of Field Relations for Gano, and today we're going to teach you about our products. Now, the first question I always have to ask people is, how many people here know somebody that drinks coffee? How often do they forget to drink their coffee? Well, never. But why? Why do people never forget their coffee? Well, for 8 out of 10 Americans, it happens to be an addiction. Now, here's the thing. What do we do with coffee that makes it so much better? Do we call it healthy coffee? We do make it good for you. But calling it healthy is kind of like an oxymoron, or, what we call bad marketing. Why? Well, if I said, hey, would you like to try some healthy coffee? Most people would say, no, thank you. I like coffee that tastes good. Hey, would you like to try some healthy coffee? No, thank you. I like coffee that has caffeine in it. Why else would you drink it? Would you like to try some healthy coffee? No, thank you. I only drink real coffee. I've already tried Posted once, didn't really like it too much. Now, if you're a coffee drinker, that's what you want, real coffee. So instead of calling it healthy, and it is good for you, we called it what it really is, enriched. And what does enriched really mean? It just simply means we're adding something to real coffee. So the only thing they should ask you then is, what do you enrich it with? Now, some people still might ask you, does it have caffeine in it? My answer to them is, well, I sure hope so. Isn't that why people drink coffee? In fact, if you knew how they decaffeinated coffee, well, you probably wouldn't drink it anyways. It's a harsh chemical process far worse for you than the caffeine ever could have been. Now, how many people here have ever tried enriched products before? They're pretty common, aren't they? Vitamin water, Gatorade, orange juice with calcium, milk with vitamin D. But, what do we call vitamin water before we added the vitamins? Well, when I was a kid, we actually called it Kool-Aid. You had some vitamins to Kool-Aid, and what happened? Well, it became a billion-dollar industry. Now, do you think enriched products sell pretty well? Yeah, I do too. Now, the question is what do we enrich it with that makes it so much better? Well, we enrich it with a very powerful herb called Gano lucidum, also known as reishi, lingxi, or yangji. Now, if you're not sure what Gano lucidum is, you might be a little surprised to find out that it's a giant red mushroom. So yes, you drink mushroom coffee. But don't worry, it's not those kind of mushrooms. Now, there's over 200 different varieties of Gano lucidum, and they're all very good for your body. But there are some better than others and some better than those. But when you get to the very best ones, they start targeting your body in different ways. So there is one best for the immune system, one best for the cardiovascular system, one best for the internal organs, and so on and so forth. Now, there's a lot of companies out there that claim that they're better than we are. In fact, they claim to have the best Gano lucidum. Now, my question to them is, the best for what? Because if the best ones target, well, what does yours target? And they can never answer that question. So they always ask me the same question. Well, Mike, what does yours target then? And I tell them, well, ours targets everything. Well, I thought you said one couldn't target everything. It can't. That's why we use 6. The 6 most beneficial for the human body, giving you a full body targeted healing effect. Now, which one do you want to drink? The one that helps your entire body, or, well, the one that doesn't? The second thing we do different is a proprietary extraction method. What does this do? Well, number 1, it makes the Ganoderma absorb quickly and easily in the body, which isn't easy to do. And number 2, makes the formula odorless and tasteless. Why is that important? Well, if our coffee didn't taste good, nobody would drink it. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the founder of our company, Mr. Liao Sun-Sang. Now, more than being just a founder of our company, he's a mycologist. That's a scientist that just studies mushrooms. In 1980, he started studying Gano lucidum. He found out there's over 200 different varieties, found the top 6 for the human body, figured out how to tissue culture and clone those mushrooms, keeping the same 6 the same every single time. Now, it took him 15 years to do 2 things. Number 1, make the Ganoderma absorb in your body. Number 2, make it affordable. Now, one thing you have to do to make it affordable, well, you got to grow your own, right? Now, we can grow 65 million mushrooms every 3 months. We can support retail sales of up to $3 billion. In fact, we own the largest organic plantation in the world. Now, in 1997, we put Ganoderma in coffee. But why coffee? Well, let me ask you this question. If I said, here, take these pills, what would you ask me? Well, why? What are they? What do they do? How are they going to help me? And what are the side effects? Here, drink some of this juice. Well, why? What is it? What does it taste like? And how is it going to help me? Would you like a cup of coffee? Well, sure. I'd love some. You see the difference in our marketing? How well does that work? Well, we're not doing $3 billion a year yet, but $700 million is not bad, is it? 5 million satisfied customers. But luckily for you, where are they? Not here. They're outside of North and South America. Guess where 80% of the world's coffee drinkers live? Yeah, they live in North and South America. That's why in 2006 we opened up a brand new factory. That factory is over 1 million square feet inside. Now we're GMP certified, ISO certified, pharmaceutical grade, pharmaceutical clean through the entire process, and we do everything ourselves from roasting our own coffee beans to printing our own packaging. We're 100% vertically integrated. Now, is that important? Absolutely. But let's go into the science about it. Let's talk about how it works in the body. Now, Ganoderma lucidum has over 100 antioxidants. What do antioxidants do in the body? Well, they kill free radicals. What are free radicals? Mutated cells in the body. But what do mutated cells do in your body? Well, number one, they make you age quickly. Number two, they can cause life-threatening diseases. Now, does anybody here want to age quickly or die early? Absolutely not. That's why you should have a lot of antioxidants in your diet. Number two, 200 phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are plant nutrients that absorb quickly and easily in the body. When your body's nutrient dense, you naturally crave less food. What happens if you eat less? Yeah, you could lose weight. Now, if we had a coffee that cleaned your body, helped you lose weight, do you think it would be pretty easy to market and sell? Yeah, absolutely. But what are some of those phytonutrients? That's where all the power is in Ganoderma lucidum. What do those do in your body? What are the top 7? Well, there's polysaccharides, organic germanium, lanostrol, lanasten, adenosine, ganoderins A and B, and triterpenoids. Does anybody here know what those do? I don't either. I had to look it up. I went to a place called pubmed.gov, which means Medical Publications for the Government. What do they think about Ganoderma lucidum? Well, they believe it to be an antibacterial, anti-candida, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, anti-tumor, lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol, blood sugar moderator, cardiovascular enhancer, kidney tonic, liver tonic, nerve tonic, boosts the immune system, and rids the body of heavy metals and toxins, just to name 14 of the 721 studies on there now. Now, why the heck would we put all that in toothpaste? Yeah, we got toothpaste. Simple. Everybody uses it every day. Number 2, the Ganoderma lucidum will absorb directly into your bloodstream through the mucous membranes or sublingually in the mouth. And number 3, Ganoderma lucidum is a powerful antibacterial. What causes all the problems in your mouth? Bacteria, right? So it just makes sense. Oatmeal. We put spirulina in our oatmeal, which is a blue-green algae known to be the most perfect protein for the human body to consume. Now, everybody here knows that protein is a building block of human life, so who thinks that sounds like a good product? Absolutely, especially because it tastes exactly like Frosted Flakes. Could you get your kids to eat Frosted Flakes? Yeah, me too. Black coffee we make for 2 people, 2 types of people. The first type of person likes black coffee, and the second type of person likes to complain too much. Why do you use sugar? Why do you use that? We don't in the black coffee. Make it however you want. Now, for people like me that are on the go, I like the latte, the 3-in-1. Coffee with cream and sugar. I like to call it our cut and go because you simply cut, pour, and you're on your way. Mocha, coffee with cream and sugar, and a luscious artesian Swiss chocolate. Hot chocolate, great for children. Why? No caffeine in that product. Has excellium, which is a brain food, and the Ganoderma lucidum. Now, our tea is very special. It's a red rooibos tea. It's known to be the South African miracle tea. It has twice the antioxidants of green tea, no tannic acid, no caffeine. On top of that, we put Ganoderma lucidum in it. Now, how many people here know somebody that has trouble relaxing, unwinding, or sleeping at nighttime? If so, have them try our tea. Now, for those people with the opposite problem, and you lack a little energy in life, well, we have a very special coffee for you. Tonkatali. Now, Tonkatali has 3 very powerful herbs in it. Number 1, Ganoderma lucidum. Number 2 is ginseng. And what does ginseng do in your body? Well, boost your energy level way up. And number 3 is Tonkatali. What's that? That's a libido enhancer. So you got energy, libido, right? Now, that's a great coffee. And then we have our pills, our supplements. Ganoderma lucidum for the body. Excellium for the brain, which is made from the mycelium or the baby mushrooms, more densely rich in polysaccharides and other brain foods. And Sakano, that's libido enhancer, the libido enhancer without the ginseng. And then finally we have our soap. Ganoderma lucidum, goat's milk, Malaysian cedar bark for scent. Now, how many people here know somebody that has trouble with oily skin, dry skin, acne, or eczema? Well, have them try our soap. Do you know anybody that shaves? Well, hopefully everybody, right? Now it leaves the smoothest shaved area you've ever had. Now somebody asks me, always, are you FDA approved? The answer is no. We're not approved to make claims of curing, treating, diagnosing, or mitigating any type of disease. However, we are tested by the FDA and approved safe for consumption. Now, that was just a brief overview of what I like to call the Gano Tour or the product presentation. Once again, I'm Mike Marumoto, and everybody have a great day. And we'll see you all on the tour. Have a wonderful day.